hoping the daring raid by U.S. forces in Venezuela to grab Nicolas Maduro and his wife could lead to unleashing oil from the country with the largest reserves in the world. The president posting, I am pleased to announce that the interim authorities in Venezuela will be turning over between 30 and 50 million barrels of high-quality, sanctioned oil to the United States of America. The president says the oil is not a gift, but will be sold at market price and controlled by the U.S. to help the people of Venezuela.
Well, that's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. Now, the entire Senate will get a briefing later this morning on that U.S. operation in Venezuela from the Secretaries of War and State. Then the full House will get the same in private. The president at a House Republican retreat praised the U.S. military for the operation that captured Maduro and reacted to Democrats who were critical and questioned the legality of his actions.
You know, at some point they should say, you know, you did a great job. Thank you. Congratulations. Wouldn't it be good? I would say that if they did a good job.
The president also told GOP lawmakers that the gathering focused on midterm election strategy.
Because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, I mean, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached.
Well, despite pushback from European leaders who back Denmark, a NATO ally of the U.S., keeping control of its territory, Greenland.
President Trump and his team are discussing a range of options to acquire Greenland, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says, adding utilizing the U.S. military is always an option at the commander-in-chief's disposal. Leavitt says the president has made it known that acquiring Greenland is a national security priority and vital to deter adversaries in the Arctic region.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The U.S. and our allies in Europe are working together trying to stop Russia's war, close to an agreement providing Ukraine security guarantees if and when there's a peace plan in place. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An explosion, an accident reconstruction along a highway. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, and it's 41 degrees. We're going up to 49. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. One person was killed this morning along I-69 in Hamilton County when the van they were driving rear-ended a truck carrying tanks of oxygen. The collision caused an explosion, killing the person driving the van. Right now, I-69 near Noblesville is closed in both directions. Matt Baer has much more on this coming up in a couple of minutes from the 93 WIBC Traffic Center. A 17-year-old girl planned a mass shooting at Morristown Senior High School before killing herself, police say. Alexis Pickett coordinated the attack with another teenager, shared school videos, and set May 25th as the target. Her parents called the cops, and now she's in jail on a $1 million cash bond. She has a court date on January 29th. IU linebacker Isaiah Jones says when his top-ranked team plays Oregon Friday night in the Peach Bowl, they will have a lot of stuff to deal with. Here's John Herrick.
Jones said on Tuesday that Oregon's a different team from when the Hoosiers beat them 30-20 back in October.
What makes teams great is, you get better each week, and that's obviously what Oregon's done. That's what we've done. So, for them, they're an entirely new team. They're playing fast. For them, they're using some of their athletes, their tight ends, their running backs.
He says Oregon also has an athletic offensive line. Jones had 8 tackles against Oregon in the first meeting, and he has 7 sacks so far on the season. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana leaders say they're shelving more road and bridge projects as funding gets tighter. NDOT told state lawmakers Monday that the number of canceled or postponed projects has grown over the past year, on top of the 300 already put on hold. Legislative Director Aaron Wainscott said even priority projects are being trimmed. One example is an interchange upgrade planned near Whitestown. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute on a Wednesday morning. It's 6:04.
Are you planning for your retirement? Ensure you're on the right track with a crucial step, tax planning. At Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, every retirement plan we design includes comprehensive tax planning. Imagine maximizing your savings while minimizing tax burdens. Tax planning isn't just about the present. It's a cornerstone for retirement planning. The less you have to give to Uncle Sam, the more cash flow you have in retirement. So take control of your financial situation. Proper tax planning can help optimize your retirement income, leaving you with more time to enjoy the life you've worked hard for. Let us help help you create a tax-efficient retirement plan. Your future self will thank you. Call Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, 317-288-0634. That's 317-288-0634. Or visit AbsoluteWealthManagementLLC.com. William Gonzalez offers investment advisory service through Gradient Advisors, LLC, 877-885-0508, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Absolute Wealth Management is not a registered investment advisor nor an affiliate of Gradient Advisors. Gradient Advisors, LLC, and its advisors do not render tax, legal, or accounting advice. Insurance offered through William Gonzalez, independent agent.
I-69 is closed in both directions in Hamilton County. If you're coming inbound, southbound 69, you will be diverted to State Road 13. From there, you can go south, pick up 136th Street, and then continue to Campus Parkway and get back on 69 there. Now, if you're going up, say, towards Muncie from Indianapolis, northbound 69, the closure is going to be at Campus Parkway. That's where you'll be diverted, and then you can use 136th Street, so vice versa there on that reroute. Again, this is a fatal crash, so it could be an extended cleanup this morning. It happened around 3 a.m. today. Plan on using other routes. On the south side, northbound 65 crash before 465, blocking 2 left lanes, stopping traffic to Southport Road for a 36-minute delay. Hendricks County eastbound 70 stop for miles approaching State Road 267. A crash is reported in that area. We do have a 28-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21 plus. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
It's always good to hear Matt Bear's voice, isn't it?
Thank you.
It's just better. Better than what? I don't know, but still. Welcome back, Matthew. Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What are we feeling out there?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. It is kind of gloomy and drizzly here this morning, but it really should be another really good day. Partly cloudy eventually this afternoon, and temperatures well above average, a high of around 50 today. Mostly clear skies tonight, a low of 38. We are going to warm up even more so for Thursday and Friday. Thursday's high 59. Friday, we're into the low 60s, but it does come with some rain and thunderstorm chances. Rain arrives as early as Thursday afternoon. Could have some heavier downpours Thursday overnight, and Friday will be just kind of some scattered showers and a few rumbles of thunder. A little breezy, too. Not expecting any severe weather. That's the good news. It does turn colder this weekend. Saturday, rain in the morning could flip to a little bit of light snow, 49 with falling temperatures through the day. And Sunday, mostly cloudy flurries and back to January cold with highs into the mid-30s.
That's just weird.
It is. This whole winter has already been weird.
Right. It's like a Randy Ollis winter.
You said it.
Not the first time in my life I've heard that.
No. The right you are, Tony. Yeah.
Now, will we see you January 24th? Trump 1 year later, the highs, the lows, how we win the midterms, the bourbon, the food, the good times, downtown Indianapolis, the Hyatt Regency, tickets.tonykatz.com. Will we see it? Will we see it?
Well, I mean, if your security lets me in.
If the security may let you in.
That's the question. Right.
Just walk in and say, "Hi, I'm Drew Narsutis."
Phil Sanchez. Hi, nice to meet you.
No, don't. Oddly enough, Phil Sanchez, that is producer Carl's safe word. So don't do that. I will tell you this, and it's getting announced today, because of all the sponsors we've been able to bring on, we just lowered the ticket price. And so if you already have tickets, don't worry. I got you covered. Have no fear. But yeah, it actually did. So many sponsors, things working so well. Lowered the ticket price. We want more people. So it's happening. Yeah. Tickets.tonykatz.com. And Marcus Bailey might be there. You never know. You never know. You never know. Marcus, appreciate you. You get your tickets. Tickets.tonykatz.com. Right now, we've got 41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:09. I think it's very acceptable to make an offer for Greenland. Why not? Why shouldn't we say, hey, we'd like to buy that? That's offensive? That's aggressive? No, you don't know until you know. And as I will get into, guys, you're never going to go on a date if you don't ask the woman out. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Good to be here. I'm not joking about that. We've got a real problem, and there's an absolute fear, and it has to stop. It's what comes with the feminization of America. Get out of your feelings. I will break that down. But the desire is control of Greenland. The Danes, because it's part of the Danish kingdom, are saying, how dare you? Some are arguing, well, this could lead to a military maneuver. Marco Rubio's like, could everybody just stop? And I'm not so sure I want America to get Greenland, because then, I'm going to be put in charge of it. And I already have enough jobs. The president is doing exactly what the president does, and it's as if this is the first time we've ever seen this happen. You engage in something radical in terms of words. You force a response and a reaction. And then from there, you're like, okay, well, then what can we do? You've started the conversation. Greenland has a strategic opportunity for us, and we need to create a deal. I think we should create a deal that creates value for us. I'm not saying that the Danes have to sell it. I'm not saying that they will sell it. I'm arguing that there's nothing wrong with asking at all. And these people who are upset and angry and screaming and yelling, they're out of their heads. Are we going to take it militarily? I don't even know why we would want to do that. Why is that the only option? I argued months ago that this would be something that could be done by creating a relationship. But when Trump doesn't feel the relationship is going his way, he saber rattles it out. Could we all just calm down? That'd be great. We have other things we have to focus on. But focusing on Greenland, or at least the president saying we need to create some kind of deal, we should, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Leftists who are children who don't understand the geopolitical realities of our world, well, they're wrong. Very much so. A lot to get to, including the latest on Venezuelan oil, and Matt Baer is going to be following this car crash and explosion on 69. He'll have that for you in just 3 minutes. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick, an Indiana manufacturing plant to close at 6:32. Brought to you by IBJ's February events, Excellence in Healthcare on February 10th, and Hunger in Health, sponsored by Gleaners, February 12th. RSVP at ibj.com/events.
Pat Sullivan here. Fire emergency? I've had one. If you do, call Michaelis. Owner Richard Michaelis explains why.
Michaelis is local and family owned. 39 years of experience with 24/7, 365 response. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified, restoring your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
And Michaelis helps you through the insurance process, giving you peace of mind. Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us, 317-563-0868, or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strict.
Selling the house the non-traditional way to a company like Simple Quarters takes so much stress and relief off of you. You can put that time back in your family and taking care of what needs to be taken care of. So my father-in-law, his health was declining. We needed to move him to put in assisted living, and we needed to get the home out of his name. Initially, my wife just wanted to let the property be taken over by the state. She was stressed just due to the condition of her dad, moving him back to Indianapolis. And I told her, look, we can sell the home, use those funds to care for him over the next few years. I really didn't want to hassle with putting it on the market, listing it, answering questions, fixing stuff. I reached out to Simple Quarters. The process was just super easy through Simple Quarters. Everything they said they did. There was no pressure involved whatsoever. The pricing I got for the house was very fair, and it was a relief knowing we didn't have the financial responsibility and we could just put all our time and energy into taking care of our father-in-law.
Call Simple Quarters 317-687-HOME, 317-687-HOME.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center looking at the situation on I-69. What's the latest there?
Yeah, Tony, we're in Hamilton County. I-69 closed in both directions between State Road 13 and Campus Parkway. That's because of a fatal crash, and Ryan has more information on that coming up during the 6:30 newscast. But right now, inbound traffic going southbound can exit at State Road 13, then use 136th Street over to Campus Parkway, and vice versa for outbound traffic going northbound, say up to Muncie. But again, I-69 closed in both directions between Campus Parkway and State Road 13 because of a fatal crash. Now on the south side of Indy, northbound 65 before 465, that's a crash that stopped traffic. 2 left lanes are blocked, and we're backed up past Southport Road for a delay time of 29 minutes. Stopped in Hendricks County, eastbound 70 before State Road 267, stopped for several miles. Those in a hurry might take US 40 instead. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Their sleep experts will help find your dream bed from a quality selection. They make sleep easy. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:17.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Guys and ladies, you made New Year's resolutions to get back in shape. Want real results in 2026?
Go to Centergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. GetMyHealthFix.com.
So how did we end up with all these barrels of oil? Practice. No, hold on. That's how you get to Carnegie Hall. I apologize. I mixed my metaphors. Wait, is that what I did? It doesn't matter. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What are you doing? 50 million barrels of oil will be turned over to the United States. According to sources, Diddy said, finally. No? Seriously? A Diddy joke before 6:30? Try and get that on Smiley. That's not going to happen. You shut your face, producer Carl. So, according to the reporting, Venezuela is going to turn over 30 to 50 million barrels. Now, these have been barrels that have been sanctioned. We know the sanctions had already been in place on the Maduro regime. That oil is now going to get sold at market price. The president's saying it's going to be used to benefit the people of Venezuela and the United States. So understand that we're having a partially different conversation, right? Because people who are of low mind are going to say, see, Trump took the oil. Because they're emotional and they're children. We're going to look at the story. Trump is taking the oil that already is sanctioned that the Venezuelans ostensibly can't do anything with, unless, of course, they're selling it to the Chinese and to the Russians, which I don't think they want to admit. And then it'll be sold, and then the money will, in part, go back to the Venezuelans. There will be people who say, so this was a war for oil, as I stated. My argument from the beginning was I would appreciate it if we were all grown-ups. Yeah, it's a war for oil. Welcome to the real world. I'm Tony Katz. I'll be your host. This happens. What should it be a war for? My father used to say, rest his soul, should we go to war for marshmallows? And which was funny because my father was crazy about marshmallows. It was a weird thing. It was a fetish. It was very odd. The oil makes the world go round. Not solar, not wind, not environmentalist nonsense, oil. It's not the end of the world to go to war for oil. But we didn't do that in the way that the political left wants to discuss it. We didn't say, hey, we're going to take this imperialism. It's keeping it out of the hands of the Russians and the Chinese because they are indeed adversaries. They are the enemy. And their wants and desires for, in the case of China, global hegemony, the Russians desire to further their conquest of Ukraine and then into Europe, which we know is the desire. Tucker was always wrong. Of course, they are an expansionist desiring power. It thwarts them. And allowing the oil to be sold puts more oil on the market, which hurts the Russians, a la Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev in the ending of the Cold War and of the Soviet Union, by the way. So the moves here is much more than the simplistic Jasmine Crockett type thought process of, look at us, we're just imperialists. Gosh, no. We are engaging in the full protection of the United States, however. And I am in favor of that. There are people who will say, so other countries can't do what they want. This is a very hard thing for some people to understand. Maybe not. When that thing that they are doing is focused on the destruction of us. If they want to do their own thing, live their own lives, engage with their people, and has no effect on us, in the main, I'm like, hot diggity, go right ahead. I can't save everyone. I can't turn every nation into a republic. I can't make them see the light. Some people want to live through the horror of Sharia. I can't stop that for them. But stopping a nation that is intent on working with partners who want to harm us and destroy us, isn't that a responsible thing to do? I argue yes. And that means no, that nation doesn't get to do whatever it is it wants to do. If the Iranians want to live under a hellscape, they're more than welcome to. I can't stop them. If the Iranian regime wants to attack Americans, well, then one of 2 or 150 of them have to die. That might seem very, very aggressive. I think that's how you ensure you still get to go to the movies with your kids. There's a difference between you and me and these progressives and the people who have never once thought out what it is we're looking at and dealing with. By the way, it got noted by, of all people, Joe Scarborough on MS Now. What a name. People are calling it Ms. Now. It's so great. That the difference between what happened in Venezuela and what happened with George Bush in Iraq is that Bush didn't keep the oil. And Trump at the time said, keep the oil. People are like, how dare you? Keep the oil was a pretty good idea. We're going to act like somehow there isn't a larger story at play. Do I think we should be willy-nilly putting in leaders in nations? No. Do I think we should be engaging militarily with other nations? You may have just heard me talk about Greenland. Absolutely not. Was Venezuela working with our enemies to harm us? Yes. And as a matter of whether we engage it as the Monroe Doctrine or we engage it as something else, the protection of Americans is valuable and should be exercised. Now, some will also note that Trump told the oil companies what was coming, but not Congress. The difference is the oil companies don't leak information. Now, I think that there's an acceptable argument about, wait, you didn't brief the Gang of Eight before. That's the leaders in the House and the Senate from both parties. You didn't brief this, you didn't brief that. You could say that should have taken place. That's a free society. But Democrats leaked. Democrats would have leaked to help Maduro. They're not like us. They're not Americans like we are. They're just not. By the way, I brought up Iran. Still all eyes on Iran. The protests continue. There is a report that protesters have taken over 2 cities. I don't know where this is going to end, and I do not know if they can push the Ayatollah out. I only hope that's the case. Matt Bear has traffic. He's taking a look at that explosion, that crash on 69. What's the latest?
Yeah, Tony, looking at I-69 in Hamilton County, closed in both directions because of a fatal crash. And that closure point is Campus Parkway to State Road 13, again in both directions. And Ryan has more on that coming up at 6:30 during the newscast. But right now, if you're heading inbound, say coming down from Muncie towards Indianapolis, you will push at State Road 13. Then you can use 136th Street over to Campus Parkway. Also looking at the south side, crash clear northbound 65 before 465 just cleared a couple of minutes ago, so we're still stopped past Southport Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. That's B Window. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob. It's the story nobody's talking about, but everybody should. We're going to do our best. It's the Mid-States Corridor Project. We'll tell you all you need to know. Tuesday, 9 to noon, 93 WIBC.
I'm with Applied Innovation customer Jeremy Gump, Chief Administrative Officer for GT Independence, a company with over 900 employees nationwide.
We have a very significant end-of-year or beginning-of-year printing job that we do.
When your previous vendor and equipment couldn't perform, you contacted Applied Innovation.
And at that point, he got the right people in touch with us, and Applied Innovation helped us scale and automate this very complex year-end printing process. And more importantly, their support is fast and reliable every single day.
Sounds like Applied Innovation has become an important partner.
Absolutely. I would describe that as a partnership, yes. They understand our business very well.
So you're sold on Applied Innovation?
Yes. When I get the opportunity, whether it's our local school districts or other local businesses, I'm quick to recommend Applied Innovation.
Make your complex job simple. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1979. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1979 or biglou.com.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Why part of a central Indiana highway is shut down this morning. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 41 degrees. Your high today, 49. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. There was a collision and an explosion along I-69 in Fishers this morning, and a person was killed. Police say a person driving a van collided with a truck that was carrying oxygen, and that caused the explosion, which killed the person in the van. Right now, I-69 near Noblesville is closed in both directions. Matt Baer continues to follow this in the 93 WIBC Traffic Center. It was like driving through hell itself. That's how one person talked about the Pacific Palisades fires last year. Today marks the anniversary of the Eaton and Palisades fires, which killed more than 30 people.
Destroying more than 16,000 structures and leaving Angelenos on edge for weeks. The Palisades fire raging on for 31 days. The Eaton fire for 25. Both infernos destroying 59 square miles, roughly the size of San Francisco. Events to reflect, raise money, or call for further accountability include rallies, a candlelight vigil in Altadena, a benefit concert in Pasadena featuring artists including Brad Paisley, and a picnic at Pepperdine University.
Last January, our firefighters performed with courage, professionalism, and commitment under extraordinary, dangerous conditions.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin reporting. A Minnesota judge has ordered Amy Bach, the founder of the nonprofit at the center of the $250 million welfare fraud scheme, to forfeit her Porsche, designer handbags, and millions in stolen funds. Bach was convicted in March on federal charges, including wire fraud, bribery, and conspiracy for her role in the Feeding Our Future scandal, the largest COVID-19 relief fraud case in the country. And the White House is not ruling out using military force to gain control of Greenland. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said Tuesday that the Danish territory is a national security priority for the United States. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Michigan-based First Brands Group is planning to close the Warsaw manufacturing facility of its subsidiary, Dalton Corporation. In a notice to the state, the company said the move will result in the layoffs of more than 260 employees. A reason for the closure was not given in the company's notice to the state. In September, First Brands filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. As the legislative session gets underway in Indiana this week, key lawmakers say talks to bring a second NFL franchise to Indiana are in early stages, and that the Chicago Bears have not yet laid out what they hope to see in a potential relocation package. The Bears made waves when they announced shortly before Christmas the franchise would consider building a new stadium in Northwest Indiana. Senate Appropriations Committee Chair Ryan Mishler described his conversations with the Bears by saying the ball's in their court. In August, Sultan's Run in Jasper was named a distinguished golf destination by Boardroom Magazine in partnership with Forbes Travel Guide. Co-owner Chris Tretter says partners have invested about $8 million into the course over the past 5 years to create an elite destination.
Getting that distinction really means two things. What we're doing is right on track. And number two, it also puts us into a category where when people come here, they know that they're going to receive a certain level of service.
From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
An inaugural member of the Purdue Innovates Accelerator has just wrapped up a big year. Capturely, a mobile app that connects users virtually with a photographer to take professional-level headshots, closed its 2025 third quarter at a $15 million valuation and secured $600,000. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Hamilton County I-69 closed in both directions because of a fatal crash from earlier this morning. And right now, if you're coming southbound 69 heading towards Indianapolis, you will begin your diverting at State Road 13. Then you can pick up 136th Street back to Campus Parkway, and that gets you 69. But again, I-69 closed both directions between Campus Parkway and State Road 13 because of a fatal crash. South side crash clear, northbound 65 shy of 465, still stopped from stop 11 up to Southport Road, and then we slow down on northbound 65 before Raymond into the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. It's B Window. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:36. And check on sports and Ryan Hedrick. What's happening?
Tony, just a year after making the NBA Finals and coming within one win of a title, the Indiana Pacers are now sitting at the bottom of the league. Last night, they dropped their 13th straight game, a new franchise record, falling 120 to 116 to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
We're a group that is fighting hard, and we're going to keep fighting. And I'm not going to really say anything else. I mean, I have zero question about this group and their character.
That's head coach Rick Carlisle. They head to Charlotte to play the Hornets Thursday. IU linebacker Isaiah Jones said Tuesday that going 14-0 feels great, but they're up against it when they play Oregon in the Peach Bowl Friday.
You know, for us, it's almost like, you have a new hunger inside your stomach. It's a one-week season, and you don't want to go home. Everyone wants to fight tooth and nail for one more game, and so with the veterans on this team, I know it's a reality that if you don't go out there prepared, this could be your last game.
IU is 2 wins away from a national title. Kickoff 7:30 Friday night. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Pat Sullivan here, ringing in the new year with peace of mind, knowing my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling are the only ones I have to call for all my home service needs. Hope rolled into 2026 with a shocking bang, adding electrical to their list of services, and now they're my one-stop shop for any home service issue that may arise. So if any plumbing, HVAC, or electrical problem happens in your home, call who I call, my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
A diagnosis of Alzheimer's can make it a struggle to communicate with loved ones. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I've got a tip which often helps that will be music to your ears. Don't go away.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
A growing number of studies show the power of music's role in those living with Alzheimer's. The next time a loved one seems to be tuned out, gently place headphones on them or simply turn on one of their favorite songs. Watch their eyes light up, and don't be surprised if they sing along or start chatting about the tune. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business. Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
You heard John Herrick is one guy, Ryan Hedrick is another guy. You heard Ryan Hedrick discuss this school shooting that was thwarted. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. As reported, a teenage girl obsessed with school shootings planned a shooting at Morristown Junior Senior High School. Shelby County prosecutor charged the girl, 17, with attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and intimidation. Her parents went to police and told them she was showing warning signs of potentially hurting herself and others by committing a school shooting. The girl claimed she was abused and was using like true crime podcasts, other things as a coping mechanism. Detectives started digging. They saw that this girl dressed up as a school shooter for Halloween, which is, okay, that's a sign. Messages involving school shootings, research into school shootings, particularly Columbine, and possibly had an adult partner trying to reach out to other school shooters. As for how one fixes this, how does one fix this level of anger, angst, mental illness, the being incapable to cope, thinking that these things matter, thinking that your life is so problematic that it's your job to now hurt other people? I'm not 100% sure. God, I wish I had an answer for you. That'd be great and fantastic, but I don't. How does one deal with these things, and how does one respond to them? That is a question. How do you, every time you think there's an issue with your kids, you just go to the police? Are the police set up to do that? I don't think they are. So I'm curious as to how they view that situation. Now everyone who's concerned about their kid is coming to them. I'm not saying don't go to them. I'm asking, is there more we could do as a society? Because it can't just be this. Not at all. Excellent work here. I'm glad nothing bad went down, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other places. This is a bad thing to witness. And of course, you have the story that the FBI thwarted an ISIS-inspired attack at a high school. We don't know the high school, which I think is peculiar. We may be Midwest, but we are not immune. Always remember that. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Hey guys, it's Rob for We Grow Hair Indy. You know, champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. You know, 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy. And every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. You know, guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995, 317-522-2995.
Hi, my name's Robin Fletcher. I've smoked for 46 years. I went to a seminar in March of 27 and seen Mark. My best friend came with me. We both went to it, and neither one of us smoked a cigarette in almost 7.5 months. I took my 3 sisters and my brother-in-law and my sister's best friend and them went. None of them have smoked a cigarette, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
My name is Jen Carpenter. I went to a Mark Patrick seminar, the Stop Smoking, and it worked. A friend of mine also went, and he still no longer smokes, and it was just amazing.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed. Only $59.99.
Don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all or your money back. Stop the cravings and stop smoking for good. Stop Smoking Hypnosis begins at 8 p.m. on Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville, or at 2 p.m. on Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up today at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Yeah, Tony, Hamilton County I-69 is closed in both directions because of a fatal crash. And right now, inbound traffic is being diverted to State Road 13. You can go south and pick up 136 from there, then over to Campus Parkway and back to I-69. But again, that interstate closed in both directions between Campus Parkway and State Road 13. On the south side, northbound 65 stop and go traffic after 465 into the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Celebrate in red, white, and blue with Hammer and Nigel at Woodland Bowl January 16th. They're live at 3 and bowling kicks off at 6:30. Go to WIBC.com for your chance to win tickets to the sold-out Red, White, and Bowl presented by Jack Daniels and benefiting the Bowlers to Veterans link.
I've now seen this story twice, and it's one of those stories that this is purely clickbait. This isn't factual. This isn't even rational. This was in the Daily Mail. America is falling out of love with pizza. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. The story cites data from the Wall Street Journal. America is falling out of love with pizza. I saw it at the Daily Mail, and I was like, nope. We're going to be addressing this on Eat, Drink, Smoke as well. Catch that this weekend. It was once the second most common type of restaurant in the U.S. Coffee shops and Mexican food restaurants now outnumber pizzerias, and the outlook remains weak. Hold on a second. The idea that people have said pizza, who wants pizza, is madness. The idea that there are other trends that may have gained some popularity, well, that's a very different thing. That's a very different thing. Pizza might take more work as an entrepreneur. I mean, a pizza oven, not necessarily the cheapest thing in the world. You got to find a sauce that makes sense. I don't know where cheese costs are. And you're dominated by large-scale businesses. The local pizzeria, outside of like Greek's Pizzeria, which, full disclosure, I do work with, right? Great places. You know, where is the local pizzeria? Basbo, there's still plenty of those. People in Irvington, Giacomo's and all that jazz. But I don't think people are done with pizza. Pizza sales lagging the broader fast food market. 2024 pizza was 6th among U.S. restaurant chains, down from second place in the 1990s. I don't see that the whole story is super weird because could I argue that, well, people don't want pizza anymore, or people have options and they're trying some of the other options, which that makes sense. One could see such a thing. If you were to, is pizza still in someone's top 5? I would say so. They order a pizza. They do that. Also, the advent of the Grubhubs and the DoorDashes creates other options to get things to your door. Although those things are not a deal for the restaurant owner. Holy cow, what they're paying in fees. I have yet to figure out how we haven't gone back to hiring local delivery drivers. And I don't know if it's a good deal for the driver. I have absolutely no idea if the driver's like, this is great. This is making sense. And then there's a whole conversation about whether or not the I'm going to use the term the algorithm. It sees the orders that you accept. And if you're a driver who's accepting smaller dollar amount orders, it will continue to feed you only smaller dollar amount orders because it's not like you're trying to get the bigger stuff, so they can pay you less and get away with it. Like, it's a weird, and I'm not 100% sure if it's true. This was the reporting. I'm like, why would somebody want that? Why would you only want to feed them that? Then what? Then they're like, there's no money here, and they get out of it. You need the driver. Or is it, hey, they're desperate, we can feed on that, because that's also very messed up. Also, you get to decide what orders you take or you don't take. I mean, that is still up to you. And then they talk about how Blaze Pizza and MOD Pizza, they've been closing stores. Maybe they opened too fast. Maybe they opened too much. Then they talk about the valuation for California Pizza Kitchen. Maybe it's an older brand and it has less value now than it did 5 years ago. Lots of things have less value now than they did 5 years ago. Matt Bear was a buy 5 years ago. Now, he's lost that new Matt Bear smell. Right? He's worth less. Nigel, please. I think you get Nigel if you buy a box of Cracker Jack. My value has gone up. That much is true. I just don't think that pizza is somehow disappearing from the American lexicon. The numbers are interesting, but the numbers tell me that there are a lot of choices and people are trying other things. I don't, as a chain going out of business doesn't mean, well, pizza's over. I think that it's too much of a read into the data to try and get a salacious headline, which weirdly enough happened over pizza. Was not ready for that. We've got more on the Greenland conversation for sure. We're also keeping our eyes not only on Iran, but Colombia as well. I have a lot more to get to. No, not just the McRib story. But what happened with Hilton? What is the final resting place for this story for this Hilton Hotel Group, and actually a franchisee that refused service to members of Immigration and Customs Enforcement? Well, can't they do that? They're a private business. We got into this deep yesterday. Tony Katz today. If you want to argue that, I'm with you, but you got to accept it everywhere. Oh, no. They could just deny the government because you can always deny government employees. Is that right? I can always deny government employees? I can own a business, I can own a pizzeria and say we don't serve government employees? Oh, I love that. I love that. Let's see those signs go up. But as somebody who does not believe in the public accommodation, I think you as a business owner should be able to serve or not serve anybody you choose. You want to be a fool? Go ahead. Go right ahead. It's a free country, and you should be able to run your business as such. But this is a masterclass from Hilton in how they handled this as a PR nightmare that it was. This could have been awful, and they didn't do awful. They said, we're going to do step one. Step 1 then had a response that wasn't acceptable. Here's step 2. We're done with this. And I don't think in the in a short run or in a long run, outside of the last 2 days, I don't think they're going to take a hit. I have got that story coming up. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony, I-69 in Hamilton County closed in both directions between Campus Parkway and State Road 13, and Ryan's going to tell you about that coming up at 7:02 during the news. But right now, if you're inbound on 69, traffic stops after State Road 38 in Madison County and stops several miles before the State Road 13 diversion. So a lot of traffic if you're coming to Indianapolis from Muncie here this morning. Southside northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic in Parnes from Southport Road up to the South Split because of an earlier crash. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
It's Terry Stacy, and thousands of people start the year with good intentions of losing weight and getting in shape by spring. For over 22 years, Exercising has helped Hoosiers build muscle and lose weight and transform their health, which means creating lifelong habits rather than a resolution most of us don't keep. Exercising works, and the best part about it, it only takes 20 minutes once a week. Their unique training method was developed in an osteoporosis research study to help prevent bone mineral loss in older women. The women in the study got very strong in a short amount of time. When the method is applied to normal, healthy adults, both men and women get a lot stronger. Their Simple 9 nutritional program has helped their clients lose over 40,000 pounds since 2013. They've also seen their clients lower blood pressure, improve blood sugar, and get off prescription meds. Get started right now. Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Zionsville. Change your life in 20 minutes once a week. Go to exerciseinc.com to request a free consultation.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in tax debt? Do not ignore this message. The IRS has more power than any collection agency in America. Often without warning, they can garnish your wages, levy your bank account, place a lien on your home, seize assets like your business, and revoke your passport. Every year, thousands lose their paychecks overnight or have their assets seized because they waited too long. You don't have to face the IRS alone. Call Federated Tax today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. You deserve to maintain your life. Don't let the IRS take it over. Make the call today to Federated Tax, 370-1384. The call and consultation are absolutely free. 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana, and the best place to start is joynerhomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at joynerhomes.com.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Taxes 321 now at 800-808-9443. 800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
Leave all of the 2025 dirt behind and start the new year with Zero Res. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and hard surfaces, your whole home can be Zero Resified, including your air ducts. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 5,100 reviews, Zero Res is the trusted choice. So start the new year with 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $119, plus a free hallway, and take 15% off regularly priced services when you mention the WIBC special. 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes on this Wednesday morning, what the Hamilton County Coroner's Office is up to, why cops in southeastern Indiana arrested a teenager, what your governor is saying about fraud, and what a state senator is saying about the death penalty. After Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
After capturing Venezuela's leader comes a lot of Venezuelan oil. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We deserve to be reimbursed for the cost that it took financially to free Venezuela.
That's what Republican Senator Bernie Moreno tells Fox. Later this morning, he and every other senator will get a briefing on the operation that captured Nicolas Maduro. Then the full House will get a private meeting with the Secretaries of War and State. As for the oil, President Trump posted this on Truth Social.
The interim authorities in Venezuela will be turning over between 30 and 50 million barrels of high-quality, sanctioned oil to the United States of America.
The president also wrote it'll be sold at market price. And Fox's Lucas Tomlinson adds,
and if all goes accordingly, President Trump says the Venezuelan oil will be shipped to the United States. This will be a big test for the new leader of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, if this deal is pulled off.
The president plans a meeting with oil executives Friday. Turns out the gunman in the Brown University mass shooting that left 2 students dead and who also murdered an MIT professor confessed before killing himself.
A transcript of videos recorded by Claudio Neves Valente, released by the DOJ, reveal he had been planning the university shooting for a long time, seemingly reflecting on the manhunt to find him, filming himself, saying, "I honestly never thought it would take them so long to find me. And I am not going to apologize because during my lifetime, no one sincerely apologized to me."
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Nick Reiner is due back in court today to be arraigned on murder charges, accused of killing his famous movie director father, Rob Reiner, and his mother at their Los Angeles home last month. Today marks 1 year since massive wildfires scorched the L.A. area, killing at least 31 people, burning down thousands of homes, including Georgie Antonori's mobile home in Palisades. And like many others, she's in limbo, telling Fox.
They still haven't cleaned up the park. It still sits basically like it did the day after the fire. And we don't know if we're going to be able to rebuild or not. And everyone in our community really just wants to go home.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The coroner is on the way to the scene. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 41 degrees. We're going up to near 50 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. One person was killed this morning along I-69 in Hamilton County when the van they were driving rear-ended a truck carrying a tank of oxygen. The collision caused an explosion, killing the person driving the van. Right now, I-69 near Noblesville is closed in both directions, but that could change real soon. Matt Baer has more details on this wreck and the obstacles that it's causing coming up in a few minutes in the 93 WIBC Traffic Center. An Indiana Senate panel took up a bill yesterday that could change how the state carries out executions. Right now, the state is only allowing lethal injections, and this proposal would add firing squads as another option with several shooters firing at the same time.
This bill doesn't say it has to be a firing squad. It says that if they can't do it by chemical methods, that this is another alternative left up to them.
The bill was mainly written by State Senator Michael Young of Indianapolis, and Zach Stock from the Indiana Public Defense Council spoke about it as well.
Whether you believe the death penalty is morally wrong or a just punishment that saves lives, Senate Bill 11 is not going to meaningfully change how capital punishment operates in Indiana.
And Stock said Indiana has about 5 people on death row and doesn't need a large quantity of lethal injections. A 17-year-old planned a mass shooting at Morristown Senior High School before killing herself, police say. Alexis Pickett coordinated the attack with another teenager, shared school videos, and set a May 25th target date. Her parents called the cops, and now she's in jail on a $1 million bond. She has a court date on January 29th. You've probably heard about the fraud uncovered in Minnesota. Indiana Governor Mike Braun says the state has some fraud too, but not on that scale, thanks to stronger checks and balances.
We found out there were like over 10,000 people on Medicaid in our state that should have been on Medicare. Of course, if they'd been on Medicare, there would have been no burden to the state.
And Braun stopped by the Hammer and Nigel show right here on 93 WIBC last night. One player who's been stepping up for the Indiana Hoosier football team on defense is sophomore linebacker Rojala Hardy. Here's John Herrick.
As his Hoosiers get ready to play Oregon in the college football playoff semifinal Friday night in Atlanta, Hardy leads the team in tackles and sacks. On Tuesday, he said he feels more like a leader than ever before, and it helps that practices are great preparation.
We do a lot of stuff in practice. We got a lot of tackle circuits. Coach Haynes always talk about vice tackling, trying to damage ball carriers, and just get them on the ground so we could survive the next down.
He's speaking about IU defensive coordinator Bryant Haynes. Hardy says they're focused less on rankings and more on handling their business. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And quick correction on his first name. It's Rolijah Hardy. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at I-69 in Hamilton County. I-69 is closed in both directions between Campus Parkway and State Road 13. And if you're inbound, say coming down from Pendleton this morning on southbound 69, you are stopped several miles before State Road 13. So inbound drivers, find your way to 136th Street, and then you can make your way over to Campus Parkway, which gets you back to I-69. US 36 from Pendleton could be an option to do just that. Also looking at northbound 65, that's a crash before 29th Street. And then northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic in parts from Southport Road up to the south split. That's a construction zone. Also traffic from an earlier crash. Traffic sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings. I think it's Tara. Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. We've got lots of cloud cover to start off the morning, maybe a little bit of some light mist as well. We are going to look for some sunshine later today, so well above normal for this time of year with a high near 50. We will clear out later tonight and we'll drop to about 38. Cloud cover increases on your Thursday with some scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms could be possible later in the evening. It's going to be a bit breezy as well with high temperatures close to 60 and then into the 60s on Friday with some scattered showers and much closer to normal for this time of year as we head into the end of the weekend.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate you. We've got ourselves, was it still 41 degrees? Let's say that it is. 41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:07.
Guys and ladies, you made your New Year's resolution.
Seems that with all of the hubbub on the national scene, we have been derelict in our responsibility to the local scene. Why is Joe Hogsett still the mayor? Bob Bosley steps out of the president's role of the Indianapolis City County Council, ostensibly to run for mayor. Maggie Lewis is back as the president of the council. Why is Joe Hogsett still the mayor? Where has been the call for him to step down? His leadership is so profound that we have to keep him. We actually think a fourth-term Hogsett is a good idea. There is a grand jury probe, as has been reported. Indy Star first reporting it. It does not name individuals directly. It notes that, quote, unlawful touching and or unlawful communication occurred between March of 2019 and December of 2023. That, of course, involves the creep Thomas Carl Cook. I want it said for the record, we were calling him a creep before anybody even knew who he was. We had it. We were on it. And that guy was trolling, and that guy was photobombing. He was giving people the finger. We had it. We knew it. I've heard that he is not in Indianapolis anymore. My kingdom to run into that guy one day. That low guy who, based on every piece of information that has been given, that reporting with Mirror Indy and Peter Blanchard and that whole group, the follow-up stuff regarding the Indy Star, Thomas Carl Cook did it and did it all. And Joe Hogsett knew about it and allowed it. And there was never an investigation from Hogsett. Where is that proof? The women have been asking for it. Where is it? I'm saying the women who were the victims of it, not women's groups in Indianapolis. No. They don't ask for anything. They're just silent. All of a sudden, these strong women are very meek. And you say to me, Tony, are you picking a fight? Oh, no. I'm just explaining to them what they really are. They are. This is on them, not me. Don't get angry with me for noticing, but I sure as heck did notice. So now you have this grand jury investigation that's going on. We can't be positive that it's about Thomas Carl Cook, but it certainly looks that way. Why do we keep Joe Hogsett? What's the point? What are we gaining? What is happening here? Why would we ever allow it? Why don't Hoosiers, the people of Indianapolis, say, we're done now, you have to go? Where is the call from the civic leaders? Hasn't he embarrassed us enough? Dave Ricks? Jeff Smullian? Herb Simon? Anyone? Bueller? Of course, Joe Hogsett should resign. And from the political left, don't tell me about Diego Morales until you talk about Joe Hogsett. Don't get me wrong. Diego Morales is a big, hot mess. Sorry, Republicans. Big, hot mess. You know he is. He's like the uncle you invite for Thanksgiving because somehow you have to invite the uncle for Thanksgiving, but nobody really wants him, and they're not quite sure what he does. And if you had another uncle, he could clearly replace this uncle, and nobody would lose a step. Diego Morales is a great Secretary of State, like Tim Walz is great at rooting out Somali fraud. Ta-da! So yeah, Joe Hogsett should resign. And Indianapolis should be in lockstep on this. And they're not. Makes you wonder why it is that they won't say something about it. But as the General Assembly talks about the possibility of legislation that would allow the state to take over policing in Indianapolis, no, they'll have something to say about that. Still got a lot of work to do. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Guys and ladies, you made your New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happened? You don't see results and give up. If you want real results in 2026, go now to Synergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now at getmyhealthfix.com. Get real about your health this new year with Synergen X and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test.
Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergen X and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with real providers, get real medication, and real results. People across Central Indy are going to Synergen X and Low T Center to change their lives. Walk in or book an appointment at getmyhealthfix.com. That's getmyhealthfix.com. Getmyhealthfix.com. hendrix.com.
At Hendrix, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment,
as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendrix.org/cancer.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Hey, Tony, looking at Hamilton County, I-69 closed in both directions because of a fatal crash. The closures from Campus Parkway to State Road 13 again in both directions. Now, if I'm coming southbound 69, safe from Muncie, I'll be diverted at State Road 13. From there, I can pick up 136th Street, go west, and then back to Campus Parkway and northbound, southbound 69. Both of those entrance ramps are open right now. But again, 69 closed both directions between Campus Parkway and State Road 13. South side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue into the south split because of an earlier crash and construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off with 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Gearing up for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. If it's inside your four walls, it's Booher. They're the people to talk to because they're the people who understand that you've got an idea. And your idea is sometimes hard to get out, right? You know what you want, but you don't know how to explain what you want. They've done it. They have 2 decades of experience, more than 2 decades of experience. They know how to help you get what it is you're trying to get out of your kitchen, out of your master bathroom, out of your basement, and make it a valuable part of the home, creating value for your life, because that's what it's all about. Not creating value for the house, not just something where you're like, oh, great, now we've got a higher resale value. What about how you live each and every day? That's the story. That's what you need to be getting into. And that's what Booher can do. The best craftsmen, the most skilled craftsmen, the materials, the name brands you know and that you love, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. You already went through the holidays realizing you don't have enough space, you don't have a kitchen that works for you. Change that right now. Booher Remodeling, 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling, 852-5546, or online at Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moments. Let's go. It's the story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn, because there is more. A quick twofer. Number one, I was sharing with you yesterday or the day before, this woman, Sia Weaver, She is going to be the tenant director for Mayor Mamdani in New York. And it's just an example of how communism works. Right? It's just an example of how these people think and how deranged in their thoughts and how they themselves never create anything. They provide zero value. But what they do is engage in emotional pablum to take from the people who create. These people don't produce. They're weak, they're sad, they're boring. And it's really important that if you're on your way to school today, first of all, good morning. Hey, how are you guys? I know school's back. Winter break was great, but real life sometimes will hit you in the face. Commies create nothing. And they look at what you create with obscene jealousy. And they say, we have to take it. They can't do it for themselves, and they won't do it for themselves. They're such elitist snobs. I mean, these are real low people that they believe they should be able to take from you what it is you create. They think they own your labor. They believe that they should be able to control it, and they should be able to profit from it, not you. And if you want to profit from it, somehow you're evil. That's how terrible they are. That's how manipulative all communists are. Don't be a communist, and don't be friends with communists. They're bad people. They're takers. They're not doers. They have no minds. This is this Sia Weaver, who's going to be the tenant director. They're going after landlords. They're saying, oh, if you own a building, well, you don't own it the way we think you should own it, so we'll take it from you. And this was her.
Democratically controlled public housing is really important. And that's why when Raquel was talking about the communities and that she's describing, that, you know, that's a created community where the people who are living there are like setting the agenda. And so, you know, people like home ownership because they like control, and that's been perverted by like deep racism and deep classism in our society. So like we have to not have a racist and classist society. And so that's like something we need to think about like deeply. But, you know, it's about control, and why rent control is really important is because rent control alters the power dynamic between renters and who owns the building. And
if you think that home ownership is white supremacy and racist, you don't actually think anything. You're broken as a human being. And for you, heading to school today, who may want to own a house one day, don't believe it. Don't buy into it. None of that is real. There's nothing wrong with owning a home. It doesn't make you a white supremacist. Also, know this. It's not the primary bedroom. It's the master bedroom. Realtors buying into this bull crap have started calling it the primary bedroom because master has a bad connotation. The hell it does. You're black, you're white, you're Asian, Hispanic, gay, straight, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, don't care. Your house, you're the master of your house. Damn straight. It's the master bedroom. Don't be afraid. Don't buy into the bullcrap. Now, if you want to call it the primary bedroom, I can't actually stop you. But to think that home ownership is white supremacy is insane. What makes it more crazy is that this woman, who has never created anything in her life, her mother is a professor, lives down in Tennessee, outside of Nashville, and owns a $1.6 million house. Nothing explains communism better. You go without, but they always get. They see themselves as the top. They see themselves as the elitists. And you're just lucky to be alive. Be thankful for the rations of food that you get. This is who they are. This is who they are. Speaking of who they are, yesterday was January 6th. I really did. I until I saw this tweet from Hillary Clinton, to which I laughed and laughed. I forgot that it was a thing. I absolutely forgot that January 6th was happening. But the Democrats are desperate for you to remember this. They are desperate to continue to make this up, and they actually stood on the steps of the Capitol.
And guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains.
They held candles and they sang God Bless America.
God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Al Green is there waving his cane. Turns out Chuck Schumer can sing. If Republicans had been smart, they would have joined him. I don't know, because January 6th can get Democrats to actually sing about their country. You know what? Maybe it was better than I thought. January 6th was a riot. January 6th was not an insurrection. The insurrection never happened. It was a lie. But if we're now singing God Bless America from the steps of the Capitol, which we should be clear, this is trying to own the Republicans, right? Oh, look at us. It's only going to upset your liberal base that doesn't believe that you should have home ownership because it's white supremacy. It's a mixed message the Democrats are giving there. Republicans should have joined them, arm in arm, swaying and swinging. Hey, let's do some Lee Greenwood now. I'm getting texts. That was the most uninspiring singing I've ever heard. Maybe, but there they were. There they were, thinking that this is some kind of win. For me, if you're going to sing God Bless America, I say good. I think we should have joined in. It's my take. Hey, Democrats, I see you like singing God Bless America. We're going to open every session of the House with a rousing rendition of God Bless America. Join in. I know you know the words. Let's see if Speaker Johnson does it. Matt Bear has got traffic on the fives. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony, we were looking at this fatal crash from earlier this morning on I-69 in Hamilton County. Okay, southbound 69 is still closed from State Road 13 to Campus Parkway. Northbound 69 has reopened, so those going outbound, say from Carmel up to Muncie this morning, northbound 69 is available. Once again, it's going to be a slow spot as you make your way past Campus Parkway as crash cleanup continues, but northbound 69 has reopened, as well as the entrance ramp from Campus Parkway to northbound 69. South side northbound 65, stop and go Keystone Avenue into the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months savings cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it at 3 o'clock today. Today's show was so good, I'm being told it's going to be on the radio.
Guys, I am currently right now wearing my Good Feet arch supports, and I got to tell you, it's weird. It is very weird. I've dealt with the plantar fasciitis. I've dealt with other issues in my hips, and I went to the Good Feet store, and we talked about how their arch supports, custom fitted, made in the USA, will change your alignment. But admittedly, it feels weird. Did you know there are 4 arches? I did not know there are 4 arches. The Good Feet store arch support specialists, yeah, they know things, and they will walk you through it. And they will take a look at what's going on and get you arch supports that will work for you, that will bring your spine back into alignment, that'll actually improve your balance, which is really nutty. They'll test it for you. It's kind of amazing. And the next thing you know, you've got a pain-free future. Good Feet's no obligation personalized fitting is free, and it's the key to the company's value. Unlike other solutions, custom orthotics, Good Feet's arch supports, they can be tried on and tested for comfort prior to purchase. Put them on, walk around, see where you're at. But realize that this is a process. You graduate through these arch supports, so you are now feeling great. Your body feels great. You're no longer in pain. talk to the good people at the Good Feet store and check out their comprehensive solution, their 3-step system. Good Feet has 2 Indy area locations, at Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off 65. Online at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
Hey, how would you like to get a 20% upfront bonus when you invest your money? Not only do you get a 20% bonus, you'll also get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. Hey, it's Hammer Nigel. Discover how you could get an upfront 20% bonus plus an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. One more time, an annual return that's averaged 10% for the past 10 years.
Learn more from the retirement guy that we trust, Bill Demery, right here in Indy. Give him a call, 317-648-5120. Get an upfront 20% bonus on your money and an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. Plus, you'll sleep well at night knowing it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Detours after a crash this morning. Your radar is clear in the capital city where it's 41 degrees. We're going up to 49. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. A truck and a van were left scorched and blackened after a crash along I-69 in Hamilton County this morning. A van carrying one person rear-ended a truck, also carrying somebody. The collision caused an explosion because the truck was carrying oxygen and the person in the van was killed. The northbound lanes have just reopened, and Matt Bear has more coming up in a couple of minutes from the 93 WIBC Traffic Center. The Senate is expected to vote tomorrow on whether to block military action in Venezuela without congressional approval.
It's a pointless vote. We've withdrawn, and there's a military blockade, and the president has said that we're not going to be continuing military operations.
That is Republican Representative William Timmons from South Carolina speaking to Fox News this morning. President Trump has threatened to send U.S. troops into Venezuela if the country leaders won't supply the U.S. with oil. And President Trump also claiming this morning Venezuela will be turning over millions of barrels of oil to the U.S., although the country's leadership has not confirmed any of those terms.
Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world and ships 80% of it to China. President Trump wants to change that number, and his attorney general says if she has to charge more of Maduro's regime to get there, she will. President Trump hoping the daring raid by U.S. forces in Venezuela unleashing the full Pegasus package to grab Nicolas Maduro and his wife could lead to unleashing more oil, getting more oil out of the ground. The president posting, quote, I am pleased to announce that the interim authorities in Venezuela will be turning over between 30 and 50 million barrels of high-quality sanctioned oil to the United States of America. The president said the oil is not a gift, but will be sold at market price and controlled by the U.S.
And that's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reporting. Nick Reiner, the son of late director Rob Reiner, is scheduled to appear in court today. Police say he killed his father and mother at their home.
Nick Reiner faces 2 counts of first-degree murder in the stabbing deaths of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. Reiner, who is 32, made his first court appearance on December 17th, 3 days after their bodies were found inside their Los Angeles home. Earlier this week, Reiner was reportedly removed from suicide watch, but is still in solitary confinement at the Twin Towers Correctional Facility in L.A., where he's being held.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers reporting abortion will remain legal in Wyoming after a ruling by the state Supreme Court in a 4-1 ruling yesterday. The Wyoming Supreme Court struck down 2 abortion bans as unconstitutional. The ruling said a woman has a fundamental right to make her own health care decisions, including the decision to have an abortion. And the success of the IU football program is making an impact on high schools. Some leaders around high schools in central Indiana say they are moving basketball games Friday to Thursday to accommodate the Peach Bowl Friday night when IU plays Oregon. And sports on WIBC at 7:34. The Indiana Pacers dropped a franchise record 13th straight game last night, falling to the Cleveland Cavaliers 120-116. Guard Johnny Furphy scored 9 points and said tough times call for a tough fight.
That's something that's been a big focus of ours. And I think, as you said, offensively, we had some struggle there. But we just got to kind of continue to keep fighting. What it comes down to.
And Pascal Siakam led the way with 22 points, but the loss also postponed Rick Carlisle's 1,000th career win. Indiana plays Charlotte on Thursday. College basketball last night, St. John's beat Butler 84-70. Tonight, number 5, Purdue hosts Washington at 8:30. IU plays Maryland in College Park tonight. And the IU football program, number 1 in the nation, takes on Oregon in the Peach Bowl in the college football playoff semifinal. And they are talking about it this morning.
Well, it's not really about us being the number 1 team. We talk about how we got here, and that's preparation, the hard work we put in, and we just try to focus on that, and we go from there.
And that's linebacker Elijah Hardy. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the 5s. I know you're over in Hamilton County, Matt Bear. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Northbound 69 improvement here, Ryan. Crash clear after Campus Parkway. The northbound side has reopened, and it sounds like they are done with the cleanup, at least on the northbound side. Traffic is cleared out as well. Now, Hamilton County southbound 69 still closed after State Road 13 because of that fatal crash from earlier this morning. Right now, traffic is being diverted at State Road 13, but before you get to that, you have a backup of about 4 miles long, so awful traffic, and you will be stopped if you're caught into that, so plan your reroute accordingly. Looking at northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. Crash on the northwest side, 86th Street at Nab. Northbound 465 stop and go before 86th Street up to 865, and eastbound 465 slow from Michigan Road over to Meridian. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% on plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:37.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night, one phone call, for a gazillion disasters. Over 3 decades of restoring your home or business to better than new condition. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at Mark Patrick Seminar.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest.
Because at bwindow,
we mean business. We mean business. Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest.
Because at bwindow,
we mean business. We mean business.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, I ask again, do you buy used knives? This is like, do you buy used cast iron? And me, I'm like, and other people are like, absolutely. You can refresh that stuff in no time. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you during downtime, clearing my head. I'm on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. All sorts of stuff is on the Marketplace. I like to bring it to you. The Marketplace brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Fast, easy, free to use. And it's your money. So go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text my name, Tony, to 46220 and go get your cash. Matt Bear, do you have yourself some good cutting kitchen knives?
Yeah, but they're all plastic.
Oh.
But they're good. They cut, yeah. Anything I need to cut, they cut right up. It's good.
Right. But you're a guy who like cuts vegetables and cuts your protein into pieces, and you're only having a certain a set of ounces each portion, right?
Yeah, it's a flawed system, but that's kind of how it goes. You know, there's some powder, there's a little chicken, there's a little other stuff to get the carbs, but yeah, I cut it right up and it just goes right in my tummy, Tony.
That sounds great. Would you buy a used knife?
Yes, absolutely.
These are Kamikoto knives right here. And since it's just a picture of 5 knives, I'm assuming it's for all 5. Actually, it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess there's more than they couldn't fit in the first photo. 7 knives, Matt Bear. They are selling here. Chef's knives, all sorts of knives. $100 for the whole set. Is this... Did I just stumble on the greatest deal in the history of mankind?
Well, not to mention they come with a certificate of authenticity, to prove that they really are knives and nothing else. So,
by the way, so does producer Carl.
Yeah. That's awesome. These are beautiful knives, very sharp. Perfect.
I don't know if they're very sharp.
No, they look very sharp. That's how you know.
They look very sharp.
Yeah, that's how you tell if a knife is sharp. You just look at it and then you know. I mean, they're perfect for opening an Amazon box. You can also file down a hangnail with these. So yeah, $100 is a great price.
Now, admittedly, I get most of my things from one of our listeners, Jonathan Nagel, Nagel House Forge, designed the battle axe for me. And we have talked about, he has done some other stuff for me. So we have talked about doing some knives, but I don't know anything about this knife maker. Are used knives a thing?
Well, I mean,
you're saying yes.
It's anything for the price. The price is good here. And these are nice knives. I mean, they have the little matting that you put them on. This isn't something that I would use because I have no need for them. But for somebody, say, making a brisket, good knives here.
You think these are brisket knives?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're
being
good.
An expert on brisket knives.
They would cut the bark. They would cut the bark.
You don't even know what you're saying, do
you? the bark on top of the grill, and you make.
How about this? I won't talk about oatmeal spoons. You don't talk about brisket knives.
The juicy of the brisket.
I got to find out about this knife company, Kamikoto, Kamikoto. Maybe someone could tell me about that. It is there on the marketplace. Check it out for yourself. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You need a place to put those knives. You need a place in the kitchen to make it happen, but you don't have the room. That's why you need Booher, BOOHER. BooherRemodeling.com. Their 5-step design process makes everything so easy from that initial consultation through that final bit of construction, and you know what's happening every step of the way. So there is no stress. Booher, BOOHER. Booher Remodeling works with you, understanding your needs. You need more cabinet space. You need more countertop space. You need a place for the knives. That's not weird. It's just your kitchen becomes this place where there's too much stuff, not the right places for it, and it's exhausting. You don't have to live that way. Increase the value of your home. Increase the value of your life with Booher. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Booher. BOOHER. BooherRemodeling.com.
New Year's resolutions come and go. Big Ten wins, you earn those.
Norton in the corner. Bingo!
Big Ten basketball means tougher defenses, louder buildings, and zero margin for error. Coach Darren DeVries has the Hoosiers ready for the work.
Our mindset has to be, regardless of shots falling, our defense has to keep us in the game.
Up next, IU versus Maryland. Tonight at 6:30. No fluff, no filler. Hoosier basketball on 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, Tony, here it is. Northbound 69 in Hamilton County has reopened. All lanes are now open at Campus Parkway, and you can make your trip mostly uninterrupted from Indianapolis up to Muncie here this morning. Now, southbound 69 is still shut down at State Road 13, and that's because of the fatal crash that they're still investigating and working on right now. So southbound 69 closed after 13, backed up for several miles here. So I would exit early at State Road 38 Pendleton and start my reroute from there. South side northbound 65, stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue into the south split at 8-minute delay. Westbound 70 slows at Shadeland Avenue to Sherman Drive. East side northbound 465, stop and go at Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off, plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because at B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Did you just run out of breath?
No, I couldn't read my handwriting. I had to write down all my ads this morning, so.
I thought you were getting so excited.
Yeah, I do love some B Window.
About the B Windows.
I do love them.
Oh, this is
B Window,
amazing.
after my heart. Good people. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you. 41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Are you a business owner or self-employed? Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Pay close attention. Do not ignore this message. The IRS has unmatched power. They can freeze your bank account, garnish your paycheck, seize your assets, and even shut down your business. If you've received a notice or think one is coming, the clock is already ticking. Every day you wait, penalties grow and the problem gets worse. Call Federated Tax today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate directly with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or even eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. The IRS won't wait, and neither should you. Call Federated Tax today, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are free. That's 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So come get get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
For air stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. See dealer for complete offer details.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Their sleep experts will help find your dream bed from a quality selection. They make sleep easy.
Guide her and guide her through the night with
that is so not cool, Producer Carl.
From the mountains,
Democrats singing God Bless America.
To the oceans, white with foam.
You would think that they didn't even know the song.
America, my home,
Tony Katz.
Sweet home.
93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Couple things going on worth noting and worth knowing. Number one is I came across this story about how guys are really afraid to ask women out, which I find an insanity and dangerous. We are all fully aware that this is not an attack on Gen Z. That's not my interest. And this is true of millennials. You were taught, sadly, by society that as men, because we should be clear, men, the push from the elites to discount men. You take a look at college enrollments. It's women, not men. They don't care if men are in the schools. They're actually thrilled that men aren't in the schools. And there is this feminization that's going on that is a serious issue in society. And we see it in the family, and we see it in culture. Well, Tony, you're just afraid of strong women. Oh, no. Strong women are great. That's not what we have here. We have liberal white women who are terrible. And I'm not just talking about West Berkeley. There's West Clay, but I call it West Berkeley, like Berkeley, because that's accurate. Oh, be as angry with me as you want. It doesn't matter. There's an issue here with a lack of men and a lack of masculinity in society. We're not going to pretend that it's not happening. We're going to say this is a problem, and we need ways to fix this. And we need more men who are not afraid to be in the university set and aren't pushed out of the university set. And we have to stop this idea that any degree you get from a college, if you're a woman, somehow means an instant career. Gender studies is a bad degree. It's not legit. You might have a job from it. It don't mean that that degree is worth a damn. A college bragging about the great gender studies degrees it has out there isn't a college worth its salt. I apologize to no one. I'll debate this anywhere. The story was over at the New York Post, The Young and the Dateless, Why Gen Z and Millennial Men Aren't Approaching Women Anymore. They don't want to be seen as being too aggressive. They don't want to be seen as being too assertive. And therefore, they don't have as many interactions with women. There's a difference between assertive and violent. This is what the leftists never talk about, guys. As you're heading to school with your parents, hey, how are you? Asking a girl out, there's nothing wrong with that. And the girl, hey, ladies going to school, how you doing? Who has a problem with being asked out, like somehow that's offensive, you're wrong. Parents, you got to be talking to your kids about this. A guy who thinks they could physically attack you, hurt you, that's wrong. Guys know this, and if they don't know this, well, they're going to go to jail. A guy saying, hey, you want to go out? That's how it's done. Guys, you will never date a woman if you don't actually date the woman. You won't talk to a woman if you don't actually talk to the woman. And I don't care what anybody says about a women's lib this or strong women that. It is up to men to talk to women. Now, there are cases, there are circumstances, but we're talking in the main here. I'm going with the odds. This is how it's done. I'm sorry if no one told you this, or right now you might be looking at your mom or your dad because they totally told you this. And guys, women want men who actually act like men. And ladies, if you don't want men who actually act like men, you're going to end up with boys who would rather play video games in the basement than play with you. We have broken a system that works and we need to correct. And part of that correction is recognizing that liberal white women are terrible for society. Liberalism has feminized men and it has to stop. It's up to us. And we can fix this today, right now, just by doing it. Guys, don't be afraid to ask a girl out. There's nothing easier than talking to a girl. Oh my gosh. You just start talking. And the advantage you'll have is that most guys are so afraid to talk to women that they don't, and you're the only person who's right there. And ladies, if you walk around with the attitude of who do you think you are talking to me, you will find yourself alone with your cats, and you will deserve it. Maybe don't be so angry. Maybe you don't actually have a need to be so angry. Maybe you don't have a right to be so angry. What's everyone angry for? Go meet people. Try things. Make mistakes. Wear a condom. I'm Uncle Tony, and I approve this message. Matt Bear has traffic.
Southbound 69 still closed after State Road 13 in Hamilton County because of a fatal crash. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Furnace on the fritz? Call Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Get an honest assessment on your current furnace or a great deal on a new one. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
Leave all of the 2025 dirt behind and start the new year with Zero Res. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and hard surfaces, your whole home can be Zero Resified, including your air ducts. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 5,100 reviews, Zero Res is the trusted choice. So start the new year with 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $119, plus a free hallway, and take 15% off regularly priced services when you mention the WIBC special. 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss of 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done. and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Guy Relford here. Time again for the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show this coming weekend at the State Fairgrounds, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's never been a more important time to exercise our rights as true Americans. It's the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show. See the best in sporting, hunting, and personal protection gear, plus great displays of Americana. Come see us this weekend at the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show, Friday 2 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sunday 9 to 4. It's the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show. See you there.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Coming up in 2 minutes, there is some movement along I-69 this morning after an early morning explosion. What your governor is saying about property taxes, why a teenage girl is sitting in jail on $1 million bond, and what high schools around Indiana are doing to honor the IU football program after Fox News. From the Dugan Air, Heating, and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
A classified briefing for everyone in Congress. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News is on the U.S. operation in Venezuela that captured leader Nicolas Maduro, who's now charged with narco-terrorism in the U.S. The Senate gets the first briefing in 2 hours. Then right after, the full House. Republicans support the mission. Congressman William Timmons tells Fox.
I think we're going to see a new day in Venezuela, and I'm optimistic that this can be a good outcome.
Sources tell Fox News the briefers will include Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, and Attorney General Pam Bondi. President Trump says one of the reasons Congress wasn't notified about the operation was because of concerns of possible leaks.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz. President Trump will meet with oil executives Friday after posting on Truth Social that Venezuela will send to the U.S. 30 to 50 million barrels of high-quality oil that will be sold at market price. Leading up to the raid Saturday, the U.S. had seized oil tankers off the Venezuelan coast carrying sanctioned oil, and it's been pursuing another that Russia now wants.
According to the Wall Street Journal and others, the Bella 1 oil tanker has painted a Russian flag on its hull, changed its name, and reflagged to Russia in an attempt to evade the U.S. Coast Guard. Russia has now reportedly sent its Navy to escort the vessel. It's now northwest of the British Isles.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Fox has learned U.S. forces are now trying to board an oil tanker in the North Atlantic. Now an update on an immigration crackdown in the Minneapolis area where more than 1,000 people have been arrested since early last month. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons tells Fox this morning.
Not only is it the largest immigration enforcement action ever, but in ICE's history, but it's also the largest criminal enforcement action we've ever taken.
This as the federal investigation continues in Minnesota into multi-billion-dollar fraud allegations. The day after saying Governor Tim Walz ended a re-election bid, the Democrat said this.
You can make all your requests for me to resign over my dead body. Will that happen? I will fight this thing till the very end to make this state better.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Traffic is moving slowly along a highway following an explosion. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis where it's 41 degrees. We're going up to near 50 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 8:02. Someone driving a truck along I-69 in Hamilton County and Fishers was rear-ended this morning by somebody driving a van, and the person driving the van was killed. Police say the truck was carrying oxygen, and the collision caused an explosion. For hours, the highway was closed in both directions, but in the last, I'd say, 45 minutes, the northbound lanes have been reopened. Hoosiers will see property tax credit on all homestead bills with extra credits for seniors on fixed incomes and disabled veterans. The supplemental homestead deduction is also set to increase.
The simplicity of it that most overlook is that households, regardless of value, will be fully, 2/3 of it, exempted from taxation between now and 31.
And that is Indiana Governor Mike Braun speaking with WIBC's Hammer and Nigel show yesterday. Both Indiana Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray and Indiana House Speaker Todd Houston have hinted at making tweaks to the property tax bill this season. A 17-year-old girl planned a mass shooting at Morristown Senior High School before killing herself, police say. Alexis Pickett coordinated the attack with another teenager, shared school videos, and set May 25th as the target date for the killings. Her parents called the cops, and now she's in jail on a $1 million bond this morning with a court date of January 29th. Gunshots fired on Indianapolis's northeast side late last night, and a person badly injured. Police say this happened around East 34th and North Keystone Avenue. They have not talked about any arrests. The success of the IU football team, ranked number 1 in the country, has made some high schools want to reschedule their basketball games. Here's John Herrick.
Some schools had basketball games scheduled for Friday night when Indiana plays Oregon in the college football playoff semifinal, but they decided to move those to either Thursday evening or a different night.
There's nothing wrong with playing the game on Thursday night and then sitting around with a family and friends and watching the football game on Friday night.
Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig, says it's great to see high schools move things around to celebrate the success of the IU football team.
You know, and again, just a great thing for the state of Indiana and for the university.
John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Big East College basketball last night inside Hinkle Fieldhouse's Butler fell to St. John's 84-70, 3 losses in a row for the Bulldogs. It is 13 losses in a row for the Indiana Pacers, who lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers last night, 120-116. That is a franchise record for futility. And if your New Year's Eve resolution involves eating fewer sweets, then steer clear of the Girl Scouts, because they're selling cookies right now. They started on Tuesday, and they're selling about 15,000 cookies, including a new cookie called Explore More's, a Rocky Road-inspired sandwich joining the 26 lineup. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:05, traffic on the 5s. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Inbound 69 is still closed in Hamilton County, the southbound side after State Road 13, and that's where traffic is being diverted. If you're coming down from Madison County to Hamilton County right now, you will be diverted. Southbound 69 to State Road 13. This was a fatal crash that closed the interstate, and it happened around 3 a.m. this morning. Traffic has stopped not quite to State Road 38 in Pendleton, but we're getting there, so State Road 38 is where I begin my reroute. Northbound 65 south side stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's construction. A stalled northbound 65 before 29th Street, and it's on the exit ramp to 29th. Crashes on the west side, 130th High School Road reported as a 3-car crash. Crash on the north side, 86th Street at now. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving for victims of drunken drug driving. Your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We've got lots of clouds in place and maybe a little bit of light mist or drizzle early on. I do think we're going to see some sunshine later today. We'll go with a high of 50. Some clear conditions later tonight. Will drop down to 38. Clouds return on Thursday. Some scattered afternoon and evening showers. Could even be a few thunderstorms mixed in as well, with highs near 59. Lower 60s on Friday, some scattered showers. And then we're going to look for temperatures to turn back to normal as we go into the weekend.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. As always, Tara, we think you're great. Thank you. 40 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:07. Upwards of 50 million barrels of oil will be in U.S. custody from Venezuela to be sold and shared between the United States and the people of Venezuela. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. This is sanctioned oil that Venezuela couldn't sell anyway, although they probably sold it to the Russians or to the Chinese, possibly India. You know, India is an ally, but they still buy Russian oil because, and this is where the leftist falls apart, no one cares about your green desires. No one cares that you think we shouldn't be using fossil fuels, as they still call them. How dare you use coal? Countries don't want to be poor, and they need the energy in order to be able to build and grow, and they're going to do it. And they're not going to stay poor because some progressive is like, it's bad for the environment, or Greta Thunberg yells at them. They don't care about that child. This play actor who went from talking about the environment to being on the side of terrorists. It's not the way the world works at all. And for the people who screamed, well, so it was all about the oil and taking the oil. It was about keeping the oil out of the hands of the Chinese and out of the hands of the Russians and keeping their power base away from the Western Hemisphere and ensuring a safe and secure future for America and therefore the Western Hemisphere. And the people of Venezuela are cheering. Now, I have heard, it was the New York Post with the story this morning, about some angry motorcycle mobs that are pro-Maduro driving around Caracas. True story. True story. And you see some of the photos, it's like, do they have guns? Do they actually have guns? Are they like riding around Caracas with firearms? Yeah, they do. Here's the question. Can the people have firearms? Or just the thugs that Maduro had on the payroll in case anything kind of bubbled up? Yes, of course the Venezuelan people are happy. Only liberal white women are unhappy. No, that's not true. There are liberal men who are unhappy too. But then again, I repeat myself. I apologize for nothing. Absolutely nothing. And as for a purchase of Greenland, possible. As for a military takeover of Greenland, outrageously unlikely, and I would be opposed. Because that's nuts. Taking out Maduro, there's at least a precedent for that. But Greenland as a piece of American security, that's the way we view it. And this is Trump trying to make a deal with the Danish government, which has control of Greenland. Hey, it's a nice country there. What do you want for it? So he does what he does and has his people doing what they do to force a conversation to take place because he wants it in play. What have I argued? That Greenland should have been talking to a whole bunch of countries about who's got the highest offer for putting in bases and other things. But they didn't really do that, as far as I know. So this is Trump saying we should make a deal. And I'm going to keep raising the stakes until you make a deal and I get the deal I want. That's Trump 101. That people are surprised by this still makes no sense whatsoever. I don't think we're going to see a military incursion. I would oppose it with everything in me. That's wrong. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy, and every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. Guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995, 317-522-2995.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. I've been a client for nearly 20 years, and I can tell you it works. I'm in my 70s now, and I'm doing things on the farm I couldn't even do in my 40s. Lifting, carrying, working without wondering if my body's going to quit on me. That's real strength. That's real results. And I'm not talking about vanity muscles. This is strength that shows up in real life. What makes Exercise Inc. different? The professional coaches, many with over 15 years of experience and a private gym where every workout is guided, efficient, and safe. Here's the best part. It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their training method came out of an osteoporosis research study. Their Simple 9 nutrition program has helped clients lose over 40,000 pounds, and people see real improvements in strength, energy, and health. This isn't a resolution you quit. It's a habit you keep. The consultation's free, and it's worth it. 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood. Now in Fishers. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
If you are an Indiana business and you're not using technology recyclers, you need to get on board. Hammer here from the Hammer and Nigel Show. These guys guarantee 100% certified data destruction. So when you get rid of your electronics, you can sleep at night knowing that the best of the best have gone the extra mile, and they have destroyed not only your old electronic, but the data. Technology recyclers, the best in the business, tech-recyclers.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Yeah, Tony, Hamilton County southbound 69 still closed at State Road 13 because of a fatal crash. Traffic is stopped for several miles, so rerouting traffic could use State Road 38 to begin their reroute. Again, this is a closure on southbound 69 after State Road 13. The northbound side has reopened and traffic is cleared out as well. Entering downtown Indianapolis, northbound 65 looking like a stall at 29th Street. That's coming out of downtown, in fact, going northbound on I-65. It's on the exit ramp to 29th Street. That ramp is open. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
41 degrees. My gosh. Matt Baer should be outside tanning himself in a Speedo. Really, nothing. Huh. 41 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Guys and ladies, you made New Year's resolutions to get back in shape. Want real results in 2026?
Go to Centergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. GetMyHealthFix.com.
Hey guys, it's Rob for We Grow Hair Indy. You know, champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. You know, 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy, and every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. Guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995.
A house or business fire is something you never want to think of. But should it happen, think fast. Think Michaelis. Over 35 years of rebuilding lives and spirits at the same time. No one comes more respected or as fast. Trust the ones the insurance companies trust. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
So I'm being asked on the Twitter X, you can follow me at Tony Katz. This is Malama. I'm with you on Trump and Greenland. He just wants to make a deal, but why do you think he flexes the military use? So if you're Trump, you believe that if you have power, you have to utilize it. And there's no question that what he wants to do is get people's attention. How do you get people's attention? I am not saying that it's right. This is not my defense of it. This is us understanding it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. I think that might be the greatest example of what it is we do here versus other shows, other stations, other syndicated stuff, everything else. It isn't about a defense. It's about an understanding. We have to understand what it is we're dealing with so we can understand how to engage it. And then once we understand it, we can discuss its value, its pros, its cons, all of it. Like we should. Like grown-ups should. Like rational people should. So I think that the military use part is him saying we have this strength. Why aren't we flexing it? This is, I had on the show the other day, and the video is on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tony Katz. Major Mike Lyons, he was fantastic. Military analyst. There's a part of me that wants to bring him to the station. Like, I want to do an event with him. I think that if he had, like, a show on military moves and military history here at IBC, like that, I want to actually produce that. It'd be fascinating. He wrote, it was the end of 2025, he wrote a piece that was in Real Clear Policy about the Trump doctrine of visible leverage, to where you see the Caribbean before taking out a Maduro and the arrest, I should say, of Maduro. You had 11 warships and 15,000 troops. That was to show the world we can do this anywhere. Do you have any idea what we're capable of? It is the exact opposite philosophy of the political left, where you show no strength. Go back to Barack Obama, which really set this philosophy in motion. The apology tour in Cairo and other places. You'll note, and I still am amazed that people haven't seen this. When Barack Obama gave speeches from the White House, they were not from the Oval Office. I actually, while it may have happened, I cannot recall an Oval Office speech from Barack Obama. He gave speeches from the East Room and other places. Joe Biden did give a few speeches from the Oval, but they also created that fake White House kind of look. I don't know why they did that. But Obama didn't give speeches from the Oval because the Oval was the projection of power, and he didn't want to project power. He was ashamed of, embarrassed by, and wanted to diminish American power. Trump doesn't want to do anything outside the Oval. Trump made the Oval look like Mar-a-Lago because he couldn't make Mar-a-Lago look like the Oval. That's how powerful that thing is. Even Trump had to be like, yeah, I couldn't build this. I cannot compete with that iconography. How true is that? It's about visible leverage. It's about strength. And it's full-on projection. Why do you think when Trump had Putin to Anchorage, they're walking past all the bombers going overhead, and Trump's going, huh? Huh? You see this? Nothing. I could set this on fire and still be ready. Like we did, like Biden did with the Taliban in Afghanistan. That's why. It's a methodology. And I am not saying we should be threatening military action regarding Greenland. I do not support that at all and in any way. I don't. It's not the answer. I do support Hilton. Oh, they handled this so well. You know the basics of the story. There is this Hampton Inn in Minnesota that realized they were having ICE agents stay at the hotel and sent them emails saying, you're not welcome here. You can't stay here. We're canceling your reservations. The Hampton Inn is a Hilton property, but the Hampton Inn is not owned by Hilton. This specific property was owned by a group called Everpeak Hospitality. And they sent out these emails. The Hilton said, whoa, that's not our values. We didn't do that. That's a franchisee. That's not us. We're rectifying the situation. Everpeak then puts out a statement. This was a huge misunderstanding, a big mistake. Oh my gosh, we're so very sorry. Well, it turns out they weren't sorry because a guy by the name of Nick Sortor, S-O-R-T-O-R, I think it's how I pronounce his last name, went to the hotel and was asking questions. They're like, yeah, we don't let ICE agents stay here. No, we're not giving them rooms. That video goes out. The story blows up, and Hilton says, you know what? Screw those people. We are canceling your franchise agreement. You're gone. They're not even listed on the website anymore. The federal government, Department of Homeland Security, says, you know what? We're not letting any of our people stay in that hotel. It's too bad for you, Everpeak. We are not staying in that hotel. You are off the list for all government stays. No money for you. Now, one could argue private business could do anything they want. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the private business doing anything they want. I am okay with being able to say, I serve who I want to serve and I don't serve who I don't want to serve. I'm great with it. I think it's exceptional. But we have the public accommodation, and the hotel has no right to say no to these people who had not yet caused any problem or any issue. You didn't like their job. Imagine if they didn't like the color of their skin. So, Everpeak will have to deal with the fallout. But Hilton engaged immediately. They engaged decisively. And they are going to come out of this smelling fine. That's wrong. We don't do that. Now, one could argue, so they didn't back their franchisee. No, the franchisee didn't back a rational approach. The franchisee, I argue, is entitled to say no. But that doesn't mean that Hilton has to be connected to them. I speak freely. I have constraints from the FCC. I have respect for my stations, but I speak freely. And if I want to say things, I can. It doesn't mean that WIBC has to pay me. That's the difference. They're not forced into this. They want to be a part of this because we do such good work. Also, we have great sponsors for Trump 1 year later. The event we're doing January 24th. If you don't get your tickets, you're crazed because the sponsorship has been so great. We've been able to discount the tickets. There's a deal going on right now. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. And if you already have your tickets, don't worry. You are not going to be left out. I've got so many good things for you. The VIP tickets, which, by the way, I think will be sold out at the end of this week. VIP is sold out at the end of this week. I think that's one thing. If you already got your tickets, don't feel like you missed out. Oh, no. I've got so many extras for you. You are going to be so overwhelmed. You're going to be like, my gosh, this is awesome. But right now, there's a discount. Right now, there's a deal because our sponsors are incredible. Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Defiance Beef, Chimney Solutions, incredible people. You should be shopping those local businesses today for your firearms, for your jewelry, not only to keep your chimney clean and keep your family safe, but also fireplace installations and Defiance Beef from the Indiana farm directly to your table. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, January 24th. Trump 1 year later, the highs, the lows, and how we win the midterms. It's going to be amazing. And right now, take advantage of the discount. Do that right now. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matt?
Southbound 69 in Hamilton County still closed at State Road 13 because of a fatal crash from earlier this morning in Ryan. We'll talk to you about that coming up during the 8:30 news. In the meantime, southbound 69 is stopped from State Road 13 almost to State Road 38, so that is a delay of several miles. You could avoid it by using, say, US 36 coming from Pendleton into Indianapolis. On the northwest side, this is a stall on northbound 65 exiting to 29th Street. The ramp is open, is partially blocked. Northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic after Keystone into the south split. And on the west side, a crash, High School Road at 30th, reported as a 3-car crash. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, a B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5.
IT support manager at Out of Door Academy relies on applied innovation and paper cut software to manage his fleet of printers.
It has taken the stress of completely managing 30 to 35 copiers on a day-to-day basis off of the department that I work for and put it into the hands of technicians that really know the equipment and know how to troubleshoot and fix it in a timely and efficient manner.
Would you recommend applied innovation and paper cut?
Would I? 100%.
What would you tell other IT professionals about applied innovation?
That if they're looking for a company with great technology, great hardware, great customer service, and fast response time so that they don't have any downtime or little to no downtime, that Applied Innovation would be the company to look at.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple from a partner you can trust. Call today 800-521-0983 or visit appliedinnovation.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Minnesota's fraud and the response or lack thereof. You have a cloudy sky but a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 40 degrees. We're going up to 49. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz ignored repeated warnings about social services fraud in his state, says Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
So many Minnesota state employees were saying, Governor Walz, pay attention to this. People are stealing the money. These are not legitimate businesses. They are not legitimate nonprofits, and he ignored them. He told them to do their job and just follow orders.
And Noem speaking with Fox News last night, Governor Walz said he accepts responsibility for the fraud that happened under his watch and will not run for re-election, though he's not stepping down. Democrats, meanwhile, argue that the Trump administration is unfairly singling out Minnesota's Somali community in its response. With Walz ending his bid for a third term, the Minnesota governor's race is now less crowded. Among the candidates still in the running is Minnesota Republican State Representative and House Speaker Lisa DeMuth.
Whoever they put in to run for governor in the state of Minnesota, any Democrat has completely supported what Governor Walz has done, and it would be more of the same. That's why we need a change here in the state of Minnesota. That is why I'm running for governor.
And DeMuth also speaking to Fox News. The eldest son of former President Ronald Reagan has died.
The Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute announced the death of Michael Reagan in a social media post on Tuesday. He was 80. The Presidential Foundation says Michael lived a life shaped by conviction, purpose, and an abiding devotion to President Reagan's ideals, and that Michael used his voice to champion freedom, personal responsibility, and the principles that defined his father's presidency. Reagan was known for his radio talk program, The Michael Reagan Show, and also chaired the Reagan Legacy Foundation. No word on a cause of death.
That's Fox's Tom Rigotti reporting. A Tennessee college professor is being reinstated after he was fired for a social media post that he made following the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Following his killing, Associate Professor Darren Michael of Austin Peay State University posted the news headline, "Charlie Kirk says gun deaths are unfortunately worth kept his Second Amendment." Michael was fired after the post for making insensitive comments. And some schools in Indiana have decided to move their high school basketball games from Friday night this week to other nights because of the Peach Bowl game between IU and Oregon.
It's really a tribute to the state of Indiana and their willingness to, it's all for one. And, you know, Indiana University is having historical success with their football program, and you know, people want to be part of that.
And that's IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Neidig says he's encouraged. He's seen a lot of growth in the IU football team after he attended this year's Rose Bowl. And sports on WIBC at 8:34, just a year after making the NBA Finals and coming within one win of a title, the Indiana Pacers are now sitting at the bottom of the league. Last night they dropped their 13th straight game, a new franchise record, falling 120-116 to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
We're a group that is fighting hard, and we're going to keep fighting. And I'm not going to really say anything else. I mean, I have zero question about this group and their character.
That's Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle. Indy goes to Charlotte to play the Hornets on Thursday. The Pacers are 6-31 this season. IU linebacker Isaiah Jones said Tuesday that going 14-0 feels great, but the team knows they have to stay focused heading into Friday night's Peach Bowl game against Oregon.
You know, for us, it's almost like, you know, you have a new hunger inside your stomach. It's a one-week season, and you don't want to go home. Everyone wants to fight tooth and nail for one more game. And so with veterans on this team, I know it's a reality that this, if you don't go out there prepared, this could be your last game.
And kickoff 7:30 Friday night. IU is a 4-point favorite. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Southbound 69 at Hamilton County still closed after State Road 13 because of a fatal crash from earlier this morning. Traffic is being diverted to State Road 13, and right now we are stopped for several miles from that interchange. So if I'm rerouting, I'm taking US 36 out of Pendleton. That's a possibility. Or maybe State Road 38. That's a reroute as well. Looking at northbound 65 on the northwest side, it's a stall on the exit ramp to 20 69th Street. The ramp is open as partially blocked. South side northbound 65 stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the south split. And a crash on the northwest side, 86th at Nam. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off. Plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
It's not just cancer care, it's the complete care you get at Hendricks.
And you can feel that spirit of excellence, trying to do what's best from a medical standpoint, but also trying to affect the patient and their family as you would a family member.
Hendricks Care is trying to meet the patient where they are.
You know your body better than anyone else.
Do the cancer screening early.
An ounce of prevention versus a pound of cure.
Learn about health screenings at hendricks.org/cancer.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. No matter how many times you've failed in the past, this hypnosis is guaranteed to work.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $59.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. We have got Dow futures up 54, NASDAQ futures down 47. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. ADP saying that private payrolls are up 41,000. That is slightly down from the expectation, but that's the ADP number and not the official number. Although lately, more people, I think, are starting to trust the ADP numbers that are out there. $56.84 on the West Texas crude. That is down like $2 from yesterday. That's the barrel price. The Brent crude coming out of the ocean, $60.60 a barrel. You've got the 50 million barrels that Venezuela is handing over to the United States, sold by the United States. That will benefit both countries. This is sanctioned oil. And so now this is a real question of how we are flooding the zone. Oil sales from Venezuela, as reported by CNBC, to the U.S. will continue indefinitely and sanctions will be reduced. So this is the plan. Oil goes from Venezuela to the U.S., sold by the U.S., split with Venezuela, and that's what gets the country back up and running? How does it get back up and running if Maduro loyalists are still in charge? We'll follow it along. The 10-year Treasury right now at 4.126 in the same range that it has been. The 30-year fixed. Did it move? It did move. It moved down 6.21. The 10-year stays basically the same, and the mortgage rates are down. Which means, depending on the kind of deal you're getting, people could be paying 5.5. Now, I, a few years back, stated that once we're into the 5.5s, that's when we see housing boom. Others, Kevin Leary and O'Leary and others were like, we got to be in the 4.5s. And I can appreciate their argument. I thought 5.5 based on the 7% would be enough to make people say, finally, I'm in. If there's more patience out there than I realize, and 4.5 is the number, we're starting to head in that direction. I say we split the difference. We start seeing interest rates under 5. So where the interest rate on the national average is under 6, and that puts, based on points or other things, people can get a mortgage under 5. That's the explosion. Are we heading in that direction? Can we head there before the midterms? And to counter all this, gold at $4,443 an ounce. It hit a high of $4,500. Silver at $77.72 an ounce. It hit a high of 82. So the hedges against inflation still there. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Yes, this should be an economic election in the midterms, but the national security conversation has come on so strong, and I don't think Democrats are ready for that. And we're going to be getting into that January 24th. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. I'll see you there. I've been asked, just really quick, you say, Tony, it's a red tie event. Do I have to wear a tux or a gown? You can. Or you can do cocktail attire. Or you can just do the suit. A guy in the chat room there is like, I have pants and I have a button-down shirt. Is that enough? Absolutely. No pajamas. And I know someone's going to show up in pajamas, and that person is going to suffer at my hands. I know that's coming. Don't do it. But honestly, I just started this as a gala, as a look good, feel good kind of thing. I think we should. Dress like you would for an airport. No. Sorry. Dress like I would for an airport. There you go. Much better. Wear a tux, wear a suit, wear a gown, wear a dress, wear something nice, look good, be there. Oh, and right now, tickets are not only on sale, discounted. The sponsors have done good work. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets right now for January 24th. It's going to be amazing at the Hyatt Regency. Matt Baer's going to be there. Matt Baer will be in attendance, I think. Maybe. He was there with us at West Fork Whiskey.
Yes,
so,
I was.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
It was a fantastic event.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really
and if you show up, will you be wearing a red tie? Will you show up fancy?
That's kind of my reservation. I don't own a red tie, and I don't have a jacket that fits. So that's kind of a problem.
You have a jacket that fits?
No, I don't have a jacket that fits.
There's nothing in the JCPenney kids department?
No, I looked. Then again, the catalog was from 1985, so maybe I should go online.
Okay. I'm going to take care of this right now. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Right. Across the street. Oh, no, we're not in the Ennis building anymore.
You're going to say go to
down
TJ
on the
Maxx.
circle in Salesforce Tower is Anthony Mina, M-I-N-A, Mina Menswear. Anthony, Matt Baer is going to come by. You got to get him in a sport coat. It's on me. And get him tailored up. All right? Find something from the sale rack. But get him done, get him set. All right, Anthony? I better see a text saying, sir, yes, sir. Get him done. Get him handled. I'm going to send you to my guy.
That's very kind. Thank you.
Done. Piece of cake. Producer Carl, you wear whatever you have. I'm not buying it.
Right.
Talk to me, Matt.
All right, looking at the west side of crash, southbound 465 at West 38th Street. The exit ramp is slow because of the crash. It is open, though. Looking at northbound 69 and stall on the exit ramp 229th. That ramp is open. It's partially blocked. And in Hamilton County, southbound 69 still shut down after State Road 13 because of a crash from earlier this morning. Traffic is backed up several miles miles from the State Road 13 interchange, so maybe US 36 out of Pendleton could be a reroute for you this morning. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, a B Window receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Hammer and Nigel.
Sold out. That's right. Hammer and Nigel Show charity bowling event. Red, white, and gold. Presented by Jack Daniels has sold out. So if you did not get tickets, we still have a chance for you to go. Go to the contest page at WIBC.com. Register to win 2 tickets to our charity bowling event Friday, January 16th at Woodland Bowl.
Hammer and Nigel. Weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. We've helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate, I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James was good to work with, very cordial, and like I say, responded to our phone calls and kept in contact with us, so he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Basically, he did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah. Call Simple Quarters 317-687-HOME. That's 317-687-HOME.
Hey, how would you like to get a 20% upfront bonus when you invest your money? Not only do you get a 20% bonus, you'll also get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. Hey, it's Hammer Nigel. Discover how you could get an upfront 20% bonus plus an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. One more time, an annual return that's averaged 10% for the past 10 years.
Learn more from the retirement guy that we trust, Bill Demery, right here in Indy. Give him a call, 317-648-5120. Get an upfront 20% bonus on your money and an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. Plus, you'll sleep well at night knowing it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
KC and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play. Producer Carl has picked the television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I'm allowed help from the chat room, youtube.com/WIBC. Or I can phone a friend. This is very cabaret. Let me phone a friend. Matt Bear, what is this television theme song?
Tony, that's the Civil War with Ken Burns.
I believe it's Ken Burns' Civil War. I don't...
No, that was the sequel.
Now, I actually think that the chat room might have it. All right. This is good. No, this is not the theme to Our Gang. This is not Little Rascals at all. Producer Carl, is this Steve Allen's Tonight Show? I thought that was a good guess. Producer Carl, what is this television theme song?
Let's make a deal.
No, really?
Yep. I'll post it. The fans can see.
I don't think anybody's calling you a liar just yet.
Monty Hall. This is the old version, not the one that's airing now on CBS.
Okay. Yeah, this, you know what? I thought that was a really, really good pick for that. That was Steve Allen. Did Steve Allen host the Tonight Show, or what did Steve Allen
host? Yeah, I think he did the Tonight Show. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, he was the co-creator, right. Right. It was Steve Allen, and then it was Jack Parr?
Yeah, that sounds right, and then Johnny Carson.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That is Steve Allen, then Jack Parr, then Carson, then Leno, then Conan, then Leno, and then Fallon, who's had the show for 11 years. 11 years Fallon has had that show. That's very impressive. On Tony Katz today at noon, why the investigation into fraud in Minnesota has to keep going, and what we're finding in all these other states. Also, one has to take note of the connection regarding Somalia and the number of Somalians involved. Does that mean they're the totality of people involved? Absolutely not. Were there Americans involved? 1,000%. Are there people who are from Somalia and are American? Yes. Also involved. But what is the story here? And why in the world would we be afraid to discuss it? Oh, because you're a racist or a xenophobe. Those people can piss off. They don't want us to talk. We're going to talk. All this fraud, the billions of dollars. Pam Bondi, who goes to jail and when? I know we've engaged some prosecutions, some convictions in Minnesota. Who goes to jail, Pam? That's the question. And I will see you January 24th. Tickets.tonykatz.com. The discount is on. The reduced price on tickets is on right now. Go right now. Tickets.tonykatz.com. Oh, yeah. Get them while you can. And VIP, be sold out this week. I cannot wait to see you there. Kendall and Casey are up next. I'll catch you at noon. Matt Barris, traffic.
Yeah, Tony, looking at Hamilton County, southbound 69 closed after State Road 13. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% on plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula.